Suspect in the building. This is the Boulder Police Department. The entire building is surrounded. I need you to surrender now.
That was the scene yesterday afternoon, roughly 15 hours ago, at the King Soopers in Boulder when a gunman started firing at shoppers. The county DA calling it a nightmare scenario. Just a normal afternoon of shopping became deadly chaos.
Can you imagine just running in, grabbing a carton of eggs or picking up some chips and then having this unfold? Witnesses tell police a man walked into the store wearing body armor and was carrying an AR-15 and then started shooting at random. Good morning, Colorado. It is 6 a.m. on this very tragic Tuesday. It is March 23rd. I'm Bryn Carmen.
And I'm Josh Elma. Thanks for joining us this morning. Our top story this morning, of course, the tragedy unfolding in Boulder. This
morning, we're waiting on more details on those who've been killed. We don't know anything about the civilians, but we do know in that group includes one Boulder police officer, Eric Talley. It's the largest public mass shooting in Colorado history since that Aurora Theater shooting back in 2012 that killed 12 people, wounded 70. KRDO News Channel 13's Mia Villanueva joins us live from Boulder right now, right outside that King Soopers. Mia, what's it like this morning? What's the scene like? What can you tell us?
Josh, definitely a somber scene here this morning at this King Soopers. Just yesterday at 2:23 in the afternoon, Boulder police got the first call of an active shooter. Now, as we've been mentioning his name all morning, Officer Eric Talley was the first to arrive on scene. He was killed along with 9 other victims. Let's give you a closer look at the King Soopers here behind me. You can see cars still in their spots in the parking lot. They may be part of police investigation at this point. We do not know when they'll be removed. We still aren't clear exactly as to the exact timeline that the events unfolded either, because scanner traffic shows police continue to report that they were being fired at through 3:21 p.m., nearly an hour after the first call came in. But this is what we do know. We do know police have a suspect in custody. They're now trying to figure out what their motive was. Now, just one mass shooting, of course, guys, is too many, but unfortunately, Colorado is no stranger to these tragedies. Dating all the way back to 1999, the Columbine shooting that killed 12 students, 1 teacher. Josh, you just mentioned this one, the shooting at the movie theater in Aurora in 2012 that killed 12 people. Closer to home in Colorado Springs, we have the Planned Parenthood shooting in 2015. 3 people there were killed. Lastly, the STEM school shooting in Highlands Ranch in 2019, 1 student there killed. Now, this tragedy here at the King Soopers in Boulder joins that list. 10 people killed here yesterday afternoon. We're expected to get a briefing from Boulder police around 8:30 in the morning, hopefully learn more about those victims and their stories. Of course, it's really important that we learn more about the suspect, what his motive was, but we don't want to overshadow those victims, the lives that they still had left to live, and their stories. So we're hoping to share more of those with you right here on our newscast and as well as on KRDO.com. For now, reporting live, Mia Villanueva, KRDO News Channel 13.
All right, Mia, thanks for being out there on this tragic morning. Another thing to note is some of the survivor stories we've been hearing of people in the grocery store and the chaos that followed them when they were running down the aisles, and some of the people that were able to get out. Obviously, thinking of them too and the trauma they experienced. Of course, Boulder officer Eric Talley, this is the man who passed away. One of the victims killed after that gunman opened fire in that grocery store. He was 51 years old, had been with the department since 2010. Our news partners in Denver reporting that Talley was the first to respond to that shooting, and he ran towards that gunfire trying to protect people inside. Dozens upon dozens of police cruisers and other first responders from across the state honoring the life of Officer Talley last night. The fallen officer procession escorted him to the medical examiner's office to mark his end of watch. Eric Talley is survived by his wife and 7 children. Our thoughts and prayers with them this morning.
Absolutely. And law enforcement agencies across the state, they're in mourning as well with the Boulder community. KRDO News Channel 13's digital anchor Willis Scott's with us. Willis, they're trying to get out their message, really sharing their thoughts and prayers with the victims' families this morning.
Very heartfelt messages, Josh. The Boulder Police Department is honoring the sacrifice of one of their own, writing, "Rest in peace, Officer Eric Talley. Your service will never be forgotten." The city of Boulder says, "Our hearts are broken. Lives were taken today, including one of our brave Boulder police officers." Here in southern Colorado, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office has updated its profile picture with a banded badge to show their mourning. Colorado Springs Police wrote, We at the Colorado Springs Police Department share our deepest and heartfelt condolences with the Boulder community on this difficult day. Our thoughts are with the families of those who lost their lives, including the Boulder police officer who made the ultimate sacrifice. Colorado State Patrol says, "Our hearts are heavy with the loss of the Boulder police officer that was killed while responding to save others in the shooting that occurred. Please keep their family, department, the families of the other victims, and the community in your thoughts and prayers." The Pueblo County Sheriff's Office says we offer our heartfelt condolences to our brothers and sisters at the Boulder Police Department. Peace to all who have been impacted by this unthinkable event. Josh, back to you.
All right, thanks, Willis. The news of the King Soopers shooting, of course, making national headlines. Governor Polis also sharing his grief for the lives lost in Boulder yesterday, releasing this statement saying, quote, "Our fellow Coloradans are hearing the devastating news that their loved one, who simply woke up and went to work this morning, or who ran out to pick up eggs, won't be coming home. Today we saw the face of evil. I am grieving with my community and all Coloradans," end quote.
Hard to turn from that. Obviously, thoughts and prayers will be with everyone in the hours, days, and weeks that follow this tragedy. We're right here with you, keeping you informed, while also giving space to all of those who have lost loved ones. Taking you outside, this is a look at our Vero Wireless Weather Network camera at Cheyenne Wells. We want to talk a little bit about our weather. Storm Tracker 13 meteorologist Chris Larson joins us now. And Chris, we had a lot of snow yesterday, and I was shocked when I went out in the afternoon. It melted fast.
Yeah, it went quick. 8 to 10 inches in some places overnight into yesterday morning. That snow fell into the early afternoon, and then a little bit of peaks of sun. Temperatures warmed up, and the ground still pretty warm this time of the year. Melted very quickly. Taking a live look from our ABBA eye care cameras, still a bit of snow left on the ground there. The road's almost completely dry this morning. Now, some of those side streets and neighborhood streets that did not get plowed might be a little bit of a slush this morning and some frozen, crunchy snow. As you look at the satellite view here, kind of seeing partly cloudy skies along the I-25 corridor, some high clouds out across the eastern plains, and then thicker cloud cover in the mountains to the west. We do have winter weather advisories, winter storm watches and warnings going up. Advisories that you see there, purple, the warnings down into the pink area, and those higher terrain areas are where we're going to see the strongest amount of snow. So right now we're talking about partly cloudy skies, but those clouds are going to thicken up, march in as we head into the afternoon, and that snow will intensify this afternoon and into this evening. We'll see a few light snow showers overnight, Colorado Springs, Pueblo, mixed in down towards the south of Pueblo with a little rain and snow. And then we've got warmer temperatures on the way by the end of the weekend. We'll look at all of that coming up in a few minutes. Now let's check on your morning commute with Natalie Haddad.
Thank you, Chris. Good morning, Southern Colorado. Time now is 6:08, and we are starting our hour accident-free. We do have a bit of slowing in the Steel City, so I'm going to jump right into that. I'm on I-25 southbound. Nothing unusual there, but you want to have a few extra minutes with you if maybe you're headed to Trinidad this morning. Also in some of our off streets near Goodnight, if you're headed in that direction. Also, pack patients, have a few extra minutes with you, but like I said, nothing unusual. And then a little closer to home near the KRDO studio, seeing a little bit of slowing on South Academy. I expect that to become more congested as the morning continues. And then additionally off North Nevada Avenue, again, nothing unusual. And then taking a broader look at our Southern Colorado area, I-25 looking good and green and clear. I think you have that time to grab that donut or that extra cup of coffee this morning. Drive times looking awesome as well. Pueblo to Colorado Springs sitting right at 38 minutes, and then downtown Springs to downtown Denver right at an hour. Just be careful as you head through the Gap area as construction continues. Toll lanes being built in both directions. For now, back to you, Josh.
All right, thanks so much, Natalie. In your COVID-19 Colorado coverage this morning, here's a look at our latest case numbers. El Paso County, 27 cases. Pueblo County, 3. Teller and Fremont counties, just 1 case. Now, these are significant drops that we've seen compared to recent days and weeks, so we don't know if it has anything to do with that snow we got Sunday night into yesterday morning or not. We'll see how these numbers compare to the numbers we get from today when we show those to you tomorrow. But as of right now, again, a significant drop we're seeing. And a vaccine update to share with you this morning as well. After increasing demand for vaccines in Southern Colorado, a new clinic is now open over at the Colorado State Fairgrounds.
This new drive-through clinic is led by Centura Health in partnership with the state and Pueblo County Health. But the clinic's first day, they had some bumps in the road.
It was a lot faster. It took like less than 45 minutes to get my shot there. And here,
they said, call in, you guys, you should be out of here within minutes. 2 hours later, I'm still here.
I thought they did an excellent job at the mall. This is the first day they'll get things ironed out.
The clinic will open again on Friday and will operate every Friday through Monday on the weekends. You can find out how to register on our website, krdo.com. Coming up, an animal cruelty case residents are really worried could possibly escalate. The disturbing discovery out of Yoder is next.